Hello everybody. Evening. Just gonna push this back a little bit. Okay, welcome to Monday the 14th of October's live. I will be live with you for about the next 45 minutes to an hour for my weekly dose of live crafting. Hi to everyone as you are joining. Hi Mum, hi Elaine, hi Darcy. Nice to have you with us tonight. As you join, do let me know where you are watching from, especially if you're new to my channel or it's the first time you have been able to catch me live. Lots of people joining, I can see. It's really great to be able to spend some time with you all. So you may notice in the background it looks a little bit different. I've had a little bit of a shuffle around in here. Funny story, whilst we were live last Monday, I could hear a scratching. And for those of you that don't know, I'm in the bottom of the garden. I'm in a purpose-built cabin at the bottom of my garden. And behind my cabin, we back on to just fields, so just open farmland. And I could hear last Monday, the whole time I was talking to you all, I could hear a scratching. And it got louder and louder. And then when I finished with you guys, I thought, I've got to get my husband out here. And basically, in my little cupboard down the end, I had some furry friends. Great news for them because they were dry and warm. Bad news for me, I've had to turf everything out of my cupboard. I've had to lose a load of stuff. The cupboard is now out of bounds and I've got to find space for a few things in here. I'm also prepping for my retreat, which is in 3 weeks' time, 2 weeks' time, 3 weeks' time. I don't want to frighten myself. Prepping for my weekend retreat in 3 weeks' time. So it's a little bit full up in here. It feels like Christmas. So it's been a busy week for me between work, taking in deliveries, dealing with the children, dealing with my furry friends. And I'm glad all the holes are now blocked up. And I should be safe. If I hear scratching tonight, I may cry. So do bear with me tonight. But it's interesting, actually, if you go back and listen to the video from last week, I kept pausing. And the reason I was pausing was because of what was going on in the cupboard. So hopefully none of that tonight. So let's have a little look who's with us. Hi, Marga. Hi, Shaz. Hi, Meg. Hi, Marlies. Good evening from the Netherlands. Lovely to have you with us. Elaine, you're in Raynham up the road. Thank you very much. And Darcy, gluten-free mince pies. I haven't had one yet. I have been really, really good. I had my dinner. I put the kids to bed. And when I finish with you guys, I'm going to go in and have a nice cup of tea and a mince pie. I can't wait. I'm so excited. You obviously follow me on Instagram. I was like a kid in a toy shop when I saw them this afternoon and I had to buy them. So I was very excited. Hello to Amanda. So tonight, I don't really have a plan tonight, which could go really, really wrong or it could go really, really right. We'll see. I've got a stamp set and a die bundle with me. I have some coloured cards and we'll see where the evening takes us. I've had a quick little scroll through Pinterest to get a little bit of inspiration and it didn't help. Never mind. So we'll see where tonight takes us. I may need your input as we go along, which is always fun, isn't it? So Caroline, no, Miss Stacey. Oh no, Stacey, my folks are going through the same thing. Oh, it's horrible, isn't it? And you don't want to hurt them, you don't want to harm them, but at the same time, you don't want to share your craft room with them. So what do? Oh, Meg, just taken 2 gluten-free banana and chocolate chip cakes out of the oven. If you wasn't that far away, I'd be finishing the live and dashing around for a cup of tea. Marga, never had a mincemeat pie. Well, it is a typical, I think it's a British thing. Is it a British thing? It's not meat, though. It's like a mix of like sultanas and raisins and spices. So it's really nice. And Natalie. Hi, Natalie. Darcy's also gluten-free and found the UK has amazing options. It's okay. I've only been gluten-free for about 7 months and it's okay. It's not bad. I found the things that I really, really like. I found things that I don't like and I still crave the things I can't have. But I try not to think about that too much. So let's hop on over to my desk and hopefully we can make a couple of cards and hopefully I can inspire you all a little bit. Feel free to craft along, feel free to ask questions. As always, everything that I'm using can be purchased from my online store. You can find that at staceymarsh.co.uk. We have a fab joining offer at the moment. If you've got a really long wish list, October is a great time to tick things off. We have the offer at the moment is £99, so it costs you £99, and you can choose £160 worth of product. So it's a really great deal. It's £61 worth of free product, and you are eligible for free shipping on that deal. And you'll also be eligible for a 20% discount 7 days after you join. If you wanted a little bit more information on that, do reach out. If not, all the information is on my website as well. So I'll stop talking and I'll head over to my desk and we'll see where the evening takes us. Okay, lovely clear desk. That's what I like to see. Meg's been gluten-free baking for over 15 years. Well, I'm even more disappointed that I'm not close by then. So tonight I have picked off of my shelf Snowy Wonder. This is a new stamp set. It's in the mini catalogue and it's on page, let me just check, I should have prepped this earlier. It is on page 32 and 33 in your mini catalogues, and it's a whole suite. So you have designer series papers, you have the stamp set, the dies, there is a ribbon, and there are these really, really cute little snowflake embellishments. And they're like an acrylic-y sort of rubbery plastic. And they're quite fun. The ribbon is wonderful, actually. It's really, really fun. And it looks like this. So it's got a little bit of pom-pom detail on the edge. So it's really quite fancy. And I think it's just perfect with this suite. So tonight I am not going to use the papers. I am just going to use the stamp set. This set is the feature of my card class for the month of October. You can earn that for free when you place an order for £45 or more, and you will receive the PDF, which is a measurement guide and the step-by-step videos, along with some photographs. And you will also, if you're in the UK, you will receive a kit to put the cards together that I've made. So that's available until the end of October. If you wanted to join the card class, booking is now closed, but if you're happy to have your kit a bit later, then I can still add you onto my online class. So that is Snowy Wonder, and it is a photopolymer stamp set, so it's a nice clear one. Lots of images. There's 20 images in this set and lots of different options as well. I love that we've got a Happy New Year stamps image there, and Season's Greetings is very, very traditional here in the UK. The dies are pretty fun and they look like this. There are lots in this pack as well. There are 23 dies in this pack, and we have dies that will cut out the images, and we have some add-on dies. So we have a cute little Christmas tree, we have some snowflakes, and then we have these three. These three are lovely. So this is how we would die cut a snow globe. So we have the bottom one, we have the circular dome, and then we have this like a cloche type dome as well. So dies are really, really fun, and I have had great fun with them in my card class. So I will reveal everything of that towards the end of the month, because I don't want to spoil it for people that are booked on. Okay, so colour card that I've picked up, I've gone for 4 colours. I may not use them all. I tend to find if I choose a colour combination, I might just choose a couple as we go. But I've chosen some subtle colours, which is in line with the suite, really. So I have Pool Party, which is from our subtle collection. I have Soft Seafoam, another subtle. I have Petal Pink, another subtle. And then I have this really bright red. And I don't often use this red. It's my least used red colour, and it's Poppy Parade. But this year I've really enjoyed using it. So what does that mean? So let's start off with some simple stamping, shall we? I'm just going to make a really simple card. This is my trimmer that I shouldn't be showing on screen because it's really grubby, but forgive me. Okay, so I'm thinking of pool party, and I'm going to use some of these, what do you call it, the snowflake images. And I think I'm going to start with Mr. Snowman and possibly a Christmas tree. So let's make a start. So I'm going to cut myself 2 card bases, and I want these to be book fold card bases. So they open like this. Okay, not my typical style of card base, but here we are. So I'm going to line my cardstock up with the short edge at the top of my trimmer, and I'm lining that up at 10.5 centimetres. 10.5 centimetres, if you're in the UK, is your midpoint, your mid-width point. I'm scoring from top to bottom. And then I'm going to turn this, and I want to line it up at 14.9 centimetres, and now I'm going to cut. Okay. That has given me 2 card bases cut from 1 piece of card. Okay, if you wanted to have them tenfold, all you do is you reverse your score and your cutting lines. Okay, so next I want to cut myself a little layer. So I'm going to go just a little bit smaller. So I'm going to cut this at 9.5, top to bottom. I only want 1 card base to start us off. And then I'm going to cut at 13.9 centimetres. Now, these measurements are ingrained in my mind, as are they are ingrained in all of my card class attendees as well, because they are my favourite measurements. So 13.9 by 9.5 will give you a piece of card that is exactly 1 centimetre smaller than the card base on either side. So when you pop that in the middle, you've got a really nice 0.5 centimetre border around each edge. So remember that if you like a nice even border, that's your measurement. Let's do some stamping, shall we? I'm going to grab myself a little bit of grid paper. Hi, Louise. How was your holiday? Are you back now, or are you still on holiday? I'm never quite sure. And Elaine, I didn't know if the plug-in Sonic things work that I meant to. Oh, yeah, I hadn't thought of those, actually. I will pass that on, Elaine. Thank you very much. I must admit, it's definitely a Blue job, dealing with those sorts of things. It's not a Stacey job. So we have 3 snowflakes. I'm just popping them on all my blocks. And I'm going to stamp with the same colour stamp pad. So Pool Party ink with Pool Party card base. And I want to create a little bit of a scene. That's the sort of style card that I'm going for. So I'm going to pop my snowflakes in this upper section. So 2/3, I'm going to pop my snowflakes in. So I'm also going to stamp off the card. Okay. You tend to find the bigger snowflakes are at the top, aren't they? So let's pop these at the top. I'm also going to do some shadow stamping. So shadow stamping or second generation is where you don't re-ink your stamp every time you want to stamp with it. So that just gives you a little bit of a fainter image. Okay. This snowflake is so pretty. It's really, really detailed. Okay, so we have those ones there. And I'm going to go in with our next size one. And then finish with our mini. I'm trying to make it not look too uniform. There we go. So that is my snowy background. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add just a little bit of blending around the edge. The blending is my favourite technique. I think it just transforms your projects. So I'm going to take a blending brush and using Pool Party ink, and go around the edge of it really, really lightly. And I want to create a little bit of an ombre effect. So we want it to feel darker at the top and lighter towards the bottom. Definitely need to re-ink this ink pad. So you can see it's a little bit darker, and the great way to do this is just to pop it up against your original piece of Pool Party, and you can see the difference between the two layers. So that's looking pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. So there we go. Now I want to add a little bit of snow, and this is the fun part. So I'm going to take me a little silicone mat. And you want to protect your work surface, so I'm going to keep my grid paper down. And then I'm going to use some of this Whisper White ink, okay? And this is really gloopy. You don't need a huge amount at all. I'm going to pop it in the middle a bit. So I've just done myself a little drop of that, and then I want to add some water to it. Okay, so I'm going to take my little paintbrush that has a little bit of water in it, and these are water painters, so you just give them a good squeeze and the water comes out, and you want to mix it. You don't want to mix it so it's really, really diluted, but you want it to be quite runny. So then now, just practice on your craft sheet. I want to add some specks. I'm just taking my brush and tapping it, and then that has given me some white speckling in the background. Okay, so it's just another technique, another texture you can add to your cards, and you can see a little goes a really, really long way. I mean, this ink, I have had this for, I'm going to say at least 5 years, at least. I've been a demo now for 11 years. So yeah, at least 5 years I've had this, and I've barely used any of it. So it's definitely a good investment. Now what you want to do is you want to leave that to dry. So I'm going to put that somewhere where I'm not going to knock it. I'm not going to smudge it because I don't want to ruin any of that detail. So I'm going to pop that over there, and I'm going to do some stamping with some images now. So let's grab some white card. So images we're going to go for the snowman. We're going to go for a couple of Christmas trees. So this is where it really pays you to have quite a few blocks. Two. And should we have a tree? Should we have a... No, let's just leave it at that, shall we? So I'm not going to use soft sea foam. I've already deviated from my colours. I'm going to use garden green for my trees. I'm going to stamp a few of these. It's got a little bit of something in it. Oh, there's a dimensional on my ink pad. Dimensional back. There, look. A dimensional back on my ink pad. So it's a little bit smudged. So let's stamp these. Let's have 3 of these, shall we? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's do 3. And then my snowman. And so I know it feels like we should be stamping in black, but black to me doesn't feel right with the snowman. So I'm going to use Smoky Slate. Okay. Smoky Slate is a really nice soft grey. And let's stamp him, shall we? That's a nice soft colour for a snowman. Now we also have a little add-on. We have a little hat. Do you think he needs a hat? If you think he needs a hat, pop hat in the comments. And I'm going to grab a little blend. So I've got a light smoky slate stamping blend, and I want to blur him a little bit. I'm going to go just around the edge with the fine tip. I feel like he does need a hat. Hat. Shaz and Elaine both say hat. Hat it is then, lady. Okay, so I've done a little bit of outline with the smoky slate, and now I'm going to go in with the colour lifter, and I'm just going to blend that all out, and that should help give us a little bit of shading. That's a funny way to say it. Shading on the snowman. You see him, so you can't really see it too much. Oh, everyone's saying hat. Okay, bear with. Let's make him a hat. So if I should bring him up to you, up to the camera, so you can see it a bit better. There, so you can just see he's now got a little bit of colour to him. Okay. Now, where is the orange? Here's the orange. So, of course, oh, Marga's put no hat. Now, Marga, you're a little bit outnumbered, my darling. Let's do the hat separately, and then we can either do him with or without, or we could do one with a hat and one without a hat. Now, if that's not sitting on the fence, Stacey, I don't know what is. Let's do another one. I feel like we could do a little bow on this one, and one could be a lady snowman and one could be a boy snowman. So I'm just adding in a little bit of shading again with this snowman. The colour lifter is the best investment when you purchase stamping blends. It just does all the work for you. And I'm all up for a little bit of efficiency. Okay. Very diplomatic. Thank you very much, Elaine. I do try. So we have snowman, snow lady. Let's do the hat. Where is my black ink? It's up here. Okay, I'm also going to stamp while we're here a little bit of berries and holly. Okay, so I'm going to use Poppy Parade for the berries. Do 2 of them for good luck. And then I want 1 for the berries. Not the berries. What are these? These are holly. It's been a long day. Lovely. So that's my stamping done. I now need to cut this out. I'm just going to slice this off. About there. And I want to use my dies now. So my dies. So this is great. You have dies that will go around all of these images, and I'm just going to secure those with a little bit of washi tape to keep it in place. Is that the one? I think that's meant to be there. So just line it up. This is where I need another pair of hands. One. We'll have the snowman, and this is great because if I was going to fussy cut that snowman, you could guarantee it would have no arms left by the time I finished. And we have one for the Christmas tree. And then I want one for the holly. These little dies get stuck on the sheet. They can be quite tricky to get off. Ho, 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 Sophie. Nice to have you with us. Lovely. Let me just whiz these through my die machine. Okay, so talk amongst yourselves while I'm doing this. Take these off here. So I have a Christmas tree. I have a snowman or snow person. I have some holly. And I have some berries. The berries are still on the plate. So let me just do that all again with the other bits and pieces. Okay, I'm nearly there. Now we have 2 snowmen, 2 trees, 2 holly, and 2 berries. I just need to run one more Christmas tree through, and then we can start assembling and thinking about what our treat card is going to look like. Right, so I have all my pieces now. Pop my dies back over there. So I have 3 Christmas trees. I have 2 snowmen. I have 2 hollies. And I have 2 berries. Now those berries didn't come out well, did they? And what am I missing? I'm missing the hat. Actually, the hat I can just cut out with the snips. Oh, hi Len. No apology at all, lovely. I know you're busy. Nice to have you with us. 8:30 already. Where is the time gone? I'm just trimming out the little hat. Okay, he does look cute with the hat. Look. Isn't that adorable? Do we pop him on crooked though? Well, let's start building the card. Let's see if this layer is dry. I would say it's pretty good actually. So now I want to create a little bit of a snowy ground. I'm going to cut myself a little piece of white. I'm going to cut this. This was 9.5 wide, wasn't it? If we remember that. 9.5 wide. And then let's line this up a little bit. So I want it to come up to about here. So I'm going to take my card and I'm going to rip this. Now I want the rip edge to show. So you want to pull it towards you. And then that gives you a really nice frayed edge. Okay. So then when you pop that on there, you've got a nice snowy background. Now we've got this nice edge here already. So I'm going to take my trimmer again and I want to cut this so it's a little bit shorter. So it gives us the effect that it's kind of 2 levels on our card. So I've got my lovely frayed edge there. I've only had to tear it once. And then I now have 2 little sections. Okay. So what I'm going to do before I do anything more, I'm going to stick this to my card front. And I want this to have a little bit of height because Christmas cards should be special and it means we need a little bit of depth on it. So I'm going to use some of this foam adhesive sheet. If you've been watching me in the last few weeks, you will know that I am obsessed with this stuff. It's my new favourite thing. I'm going to place that in the centre of my card. I'm not going to rub it just in case that isn't quite dry, but that's given us a really nice depth between the card base and that layer. I'll put slide off now. Oh goodness me, it's gone. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to lay my taller piece of snowy ground on. So just push that down. And then next I can put this piece on. And I'm not going to put the glue too close to that edge because I'm going to be able to slide a few things in behind it. Okay, so that's given us a really nice background. I quite like that. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hi Mel, nice to see you here. Okay. So thinking about our snowmen or snow people, I'm all about 2s at the moment. I made a card at the weekend and 1 cup wasn't enough, so it had to be 2. And here's a little sneak peek of a card that's coming tomorrow. 2s, I don't know what it is with my brain at the minute. I just need double of everything. Maybe I'm going through a greedy phase. Who knows? Okay, so we know our snowmen are going to go there, but we need to think about our trees. Now, I know this isn't true to life because in true life, if there's snow is falling, there'd be snow on the trees, but our trees are still green. But hey, what's detail on a card? If you can't be unrealistic on a card, when can you be? Now let's pop these on with a few little foam pads. And I'm going to just pop that over there so it just goes off the edge ever so slightly. Again, we've got 2 because 2 makes my head happy at the moment. Like so. And then I'm going to pop 1 over here. So we're kind of breaking up our image, our scene. Perfect. So now we can stick our snowmen on. So let's pop a little dimensional behind him. Or her, of course. Now, do we put it in front of that or do we put it behind? I think we put it behind, you know. And then this one I'm going to put in front. This is so cute. I'm really pleased with how this is coming out. Like so. Now I've got a little bit of a lift there. Let's just pop a little bit of glue under it. Perfect. Now the little hat. I think I'm going to pop it on the one behind. A little pad just there like so. And there we are. It's got a hat on now. Very, very cute. Now I have some holly. Just thinking about holly. You could do it so that he's got holly on his hat. But that holly feels really, really big for that hat, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use that on something else. Now we want a sentiment, don't we? And it feels like the sentiment we need to use is let it snow. I don't know about you, but that just feels like this card. If you were to caption this card, it would say let it snow. So let's think how we can pop this on the card. I feel like it could go in this area down here, but do we think it needs to be a banner? Or do we think I could get away with stamping it directly onto there? I feel like it could go directly onto there. Should we see what it comes out like? I'm going to stamp it in Poppy Parade as well. I'm bringing that colour combination all in. So we've got the pool party, we've got the Poppy Parade, and I've gone with garden green instead. So let's see how this goes down. I may be being very brave or very, very silly. Okay, wish me luck. Perfect. Look at that. Okay, so I don't hate that. I actually think that's quite nice, but I do feel like it needs a little touch of sparkle. So let me see if I can find my Wink of Stella. Is it in here? No, it is not in my box of tricks. Let's grab a few gems then, shall we? Put Wink of Stella to coffee and card. So it may be in the coffee and card bag. And I think I'm just going to go with plain sparkles here. I don't feel like it needs to be anything different. So plain sparkles, where are you? Here you are. So these are just basic rhinestones. And let's pop a few of these on. There we go. So that's my first card, all done. No, it isn't. I'm lying to you all. I need to pop a little bit in the centre because you can't possibly write in that, can you? Let's leave that on the desk, Stacey. Okay, so now let's cut a little background on a white layer. So this was 9.5 by 13.9, wasn't it? See, the good thing about using the same measurement all the time is you can pretty much remember it. 9.5 by 13. Let's stick this inside. There we go. So that is card number 1 all done. We've popped a few little sparkles on, and I think we are ready for card number 2. Okay, let's have a little clear down. And I think I'm going to attempt a snow globe card. What do you think? Should we go for a snow globe next? So, snow globe, I am going to cut me a layer. I'm going to cut this little dome from white card. Okay, so let's do that now. So there's my little dome. We'll worry about the base later. I don't know where I'm going with this, but we have got a blue card, haven't we? We've got another blue card base. So let's go with blue card. And this time I'm going to use the house. Oh, Marley's put that. Marley's put a lovely card. Darcy's so cute. Shaz, love it, very cute. And Elaine, very cute. I think all my Christmas cards this year are going to be along a cute theme. So now I've no idea what colour I want to stamp this house. Any suggestions? I'm leaning towards grey, but what do we think? I'm trying to find my drink. Oh, excuse me, my drink makes a noise. Let's try it in grey and see what we think. Okay, there's grey. I'm just going to give this a little bit of a smudge. Sometimes if your photopolymer stamps don't stamp great first time, just give them a little bit of a scrub on your grid paper and it should make it better. Yeah, it has. It's improved the image. So that is Smoky Slate. What else have we got? Let's try Crumb Cake. Oh, Crumb Cake is nice. Crumb Cake goes nice with the there as well. Oh, Meg, unfortunately I have to leave you now. Help my daughter shower now the kids are in bed. She's recovering well, still has issues with her legs and have to get. Oh, Meg, thank goodness she has you. Please send her our love and look after yourself, my lovely. Keep baking. I'm sure that is helping keeping you sane, my lovely. I'll speak to you soon. Thanks for joining. So we have Crumb Cake. I'm also going to try Pecan Pie because, as we know, Pecan Pie is my favourite. We've just got a whole town of houses, haven't we? Now, what do you prefer, Pecan Pie or Crumb Cake? I'm definitely not going with the grey. In the meantime, I'm going to cut me a couple of little trees. I'm going to use this little tree die. Okay, so I'm going to cut that out on garden green card. I'm just going to see if I've got any scraps. Pecan pie, that's what I thought, Elaine. Yes, everything's better with pecan pie. I'm just going to cut 3 of these trees. Oops. Okay, so I've got 3 little trees and we've settled on pecan pie. So let's cut the house out with pecan pie. Lots of die cutting tonight, folks. Thank you for being patient with me. Okay, this cuts out really, really nice, the house. Cuts out lovely. Right. So while I'm here, I'm going to just colour in the background of my dome with Pool Party ink because we're going to try and make that a little bit of a sky. Where's the party gone? ink pad definitely needs re-inking. So there I've done a little bit of pool party in the background. It's really, really light, you can barely see it. And then I'm going to stamp a couple of little snowflakes in the background. Okay, so that's that bit. Now on this piece of card, I'm going to just pull a little bit towards me. And I want to stick that to there. I'm going to put a little bit of glue just on the bottom of this dome. Put that about there. So I want to create a little bit of a snowy scene. Once I've done that, I'm going to take my snips and I'm going to trim around it. Like so. Okay. Now I'm going to take the house. I'm going to put the house just behind, like so. Look at that. It looks very, very cute. It's like a little gingerbread house almost. And then I can put my trees in. Yeah, what do you think? I think this is cute. Let's put one tree in. Let's use a little bit of foam pad on that second tree. I think it just needs, see, 2 again. What is it with me and 2 at the moment? Just needs 2 trees. Now we need to cut ourselves a snow globe base. And I feel like if that's pecan pie, do you think that would work? Should we give it a go? Or should we try crumb cake? Crumb cake might look nice. We can kind of make it look a little bit wood effective, can't we? Oh yeah, that's quite nice actually. What do you think? I'm quite happy with that. I am going to use our wood grain embossing folder to just add a little bit of texture to that though. What have we got here? That's better. Look, that's a nice little effect that embossing folder's given that. So let's bring our card in. Now I think we need to do something in this background, don't we? So what do you think we should do? I'm just going to add this to this though to start us off. Silicone mat. Let's have another silicone mat. Always use a silicone mat when you're doing delicate gluey things. There we go, so that's our little snow globe. It's ever so cute. Right, I'm going to pop that there. So I have my card base. I feel like what are we going to do to this? I don't want to do something similar. Or maybe we use a white card base. I don't have any white card. Let's have a look. My chair's getting caught now. Let's go 10.5. 14.9. That's quite nice in the centre of that, isn't it? Yeah, let's just double layer it. So let's do 9.5. 13.9. I'm going to emboss this layer, I think. Although that background is embossed, isn't it? So maybe not. Let's just have plain white. Stick this down. And I'm going to do a little line around the edge. There we go. Now let's pop this on like so. And I'm going to pop this on with a piece of my nice foam strip. Like so, and then we want a sentiment, don't we? So on my desk I've got Season's Greetings, Let It Snow. And let's just think about this. Season's Greetings just down there. What do you think? This is a really quite simple design, but there's a lot going on, isn't there? So Season's Greetings, do you think we should do that in red, or do you think we should do that maybe in a different colour? Oh, the house was wonky. I'll just pop it there. I feel like black should be a good colour, but I'll have to go. We'll watch the rest tomorrow. I've been up since 6:30 with the new puppy. Oh, new puppy. It seems that's her time. Good luck to you. Thanks so much for joining me. Enjoy catching up on the rest and enjoy your sleep. What do you think? Garden green, real red. Red is definitely wrong. It's too angry. I'm thinking, let's try black. Black doesn't feel very Christmassy, but hey ho. I actually quite like that. I think it looks really, really nice. Oh, Darcy put green. I'm sorry, I just missed that. Now, I've got some of this holly left, and it feels wrong to make it go to waste. So let's use it. Well, I'm only going to use one set of berries. Let's put one there. And one here. And the berries can go on top. Okay, that's quite cute. And then I'm going to finish off with a little bit of linen thread because I haven't used it tonight and it just feels all sorts of wrong. Linen thread or real red and white. This would tie some of the red in. quite nicely. Oh, look at the mess. I'm usually really, really good with the threads when they're on these rolls, but this one and me are not friends at the moment. Okay, so I found the end. Let's snip a little bit of that off, and then we can decide if we're using this or if we're using linen thread. I like the structure of linen thread. It's got a nice sort of feel to it, whereas this is more cotton based. It can be a little bit flimsy. Do we think it needs a bow? With bow, without bow? Let's do it. Let's do it, because at Christmas more is more, isn't it? Let's pop that onto a little glue dot. And let's just trim these little tails off. There we go. All I've got left to do is to put my piece of white inside my strengthener piece. So let's just do my little line. So I didn't really stick to my colour combo, did I? I only used 2 of the colours out of the colours that I chose. And I've ended up adding in 2 colours that I didn't choose. But sometimes that's just the way it goes, isn't it? Linen thread matches the base. It does, Kathy. I went rogue. I'm sorry. Forgive me. And Darcy's put another cute card. So here we go. Let's have our little recap. I have used the Snowy Wonder stamp set, and I have made 2 cards. Okay. And those 2 cards look a little bit different. I've used similar colours on both of them. I've started, you probably say Pool Party is my sort of constant throughout them. I've got my little stamped snow people, and on here I've created a little bit of a snow globe using the dies. So that's Snowy Wonder. Those projects will be up on my website in the next few days, and I'll make sure to do a full product list for you. As I mentioned at the start, all the products I've used can be purchased from my online store, and you can find that at staceymarsh.co.uk. I also mentioned at the start that this set of products is the feature of my card class this month, so I'm not going to show you in too much detail because I don't want to spoil the surprise, but these are the cards that we'll be making in this month's card class, plus a bonus project. So that's it. I'm not going to show you any more. Booking is closed for the in-person card class, but there are still spots on the online class. So do let me know if you wanted any more information about that, or if you wanted to book on. And I'm going to leave you all there. So thank you so much to everyone who's joined me. I can see there's some really lovely comments, people who've liked the cards. They're both lovely, gorgeous projects as always. That's very, very kind of you all. I'm going to be live again, same time, same place next week. So Monday at 8 o'clock. Do join me if you can. And I always look forward to spending a little bit of my Monday with you. It's a great start to my week. So just leaves me to say, have a great week, everyone. Look after yourselves. We're in for a bit of a rainy week here in the UK, so stay dry. And I look forward to seeing you again next week. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye for now.